First sign, noticeable decline in physical activity. One of the first and most common signs I've seen in the last year is a noticeable slowdown in physical activity. It's more than just slowing down with age. It's a distinct, undeniable shift that catches your eye. A quiet surrender of their usual vibrant pace. Think of it this way. Your body, as it nears the end of its long journey, naturally starts to conserve its precious energy. It's a lot like a phone battery running really low, shifting its focus from doing everything to just being comfortable and conserving strength for what truly matters internally. This deep change often shows up as a clear, unmistakable drop in stamina and strength. Sometimes, within just a few short months, once easy tasks, like walking to the mailbox down the street or running a quick errand to the hardware store, become truly exhausting. It's not about laziness, not at all. It's about a body working harder just to exist, to maintain its core functions, and that takes a tremendous amount of energy. You might notice a loved one who used to enjoy those regular trips to the grocery store now prefers to stay home or asks for help more often than they used to. Friends might realize someone who was always quick to accept an invitation to a social gathering now starts to decline, gently explaining they're simply too tired or don't feel up to it anymore. Sometimes, the person themselves will mention feeling constantly fatigued, needing longer naps that stretch into the afternoon, or getting out of breath doing things that used to be simple, like climbing a short flight of stairs, or just making a phone call. Let's consider Mr. John, 84, a wonderful man who was always active in his church and meticulously mowed his own lawn every single week. Over the course of just a year, his daughter noticed Mr. John started spending most of his days indoors, sitting in his favorite armchair, watching the birds outside instead of being out in his yard. He gently shared with her that even making the bed or taking out the trash left him utterly worn out. For Mr. John, and for countless others I've known, this noticeable drop in activity was one of the clearest signals that his health was shifting in a deeper, more profound way. While a little slowdown is natural as we age, a significant ongoing decrease in movement is truly something to pay close attention to. It's a gentle, loving signal that the body is preparing to conserve its precious energy and focus deeply on comfort. Recognizing this sign gives families a golden opportunity to provide quiet support, adjust daily routines to be less strenuous, and truly make the most of the time together. Sometimes, the most loving thing you can do is just sit quietly with a loved one, perhaps holding their hand, or simply offering to help with those small tasks that now feel like climbing a mountain. Don't push them to do more, but instead offer to be more present with them. Your loving presence, your quiet companionship, is truly a priceless gift. If you've noticed this kind of shift in yourself or a loved one, comment "Understand" below. It helps us all feel less alone in these shared experiences. Second sign, changes in appetite and eating habits. Another sign I've frequently observed in the last year is a noticeable, often puzzling shift in appetite and eating patterns. Those beloved family recipes, the comfort foods we cherish, may suddenly seem, well, just less appealing, losing their spark. The body, in its own quiet wisdom, begins to shift its priorities. Digestion requires a surprising amount of energy, a complex dance of organs and enzymes. As the body conserves its dwindling resources, it naturally focuses less on the complex process of breaking down food and more on simply being comfortable and at rest. It's a fundamental change in how the body prioritizes its internal work. Meals that once brought so much comfort and joy may now seem like a chore, a heavy task rather than a pleasure. Some seniors start picking at their food, eating only a few bites, or even skipping meals altogether, simply because the thought of eating feels overwhelming. Favorite dishes might lose their familiar flavor, or a person may develop new aversions to foods they once thoroughly enjoyed. Even a lifelong preference for something sweet turning sour. This change can be gradual, creeping in quietly, or come on quite quickly, leaving families puzzled. You might first notice it as increased leftovers in the fridge, more food being thrown away, or a loved one gently pushing away their plate at dinner with a tired sigh. For some, even the basic sense of thirst starts to fade, leading to decreased fluid intake and more frequent signs of dehydration, like a persistently dry mouth, chapped lips, or darker urine. These small, often ignored signals are the body's way of saying its needs are changing. Consider the experience of Mrs. Margaret, 80, a delightful woman known throughout her neighborhood for her passion for baking and for always making sure family gatherings included her famous peach cobbler, a true masterpiece. Over the last several months, Mrs. Margaret gradually lost interest in cooking, even her beloved baking, and often just picked at her meals, telling her son she simply wasn't hungry anymore. Even when gently encouraged, she ate smaller portions and turned down sweets she once adored. Her son wisely realized this shift was about more than just age. It was her body signaling a deeper, more profound transition. It was her body winding down, gracefully. It's natural for appetite to change a bit with age, but when a senior consistently eats less, starts visibly losing weight, or shows very little interest in food day after day, it's a gentle sign that their needs are indeed changing. Families can respond with love and understanding by offering smaller, more frequent meals. Maybe 5 or 6 tiny meals a day instead of 3 large ones. Focus on those comforting, easy-to-eat foods like soups, puddings, or soft fruits, and gently encourage sips of water or juice throughout the day to prevent dehydration. More than anything, simply being present and sharing mealtimes can be a wonderful source of comfort, a moment of connection, even if the portions are small. Remember, at this stage, it's often more about the connection and comfort, the shared moment, than the calories or the full plate. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 2 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now, let's move forward. Third sign, the need for more frequent and longer periods of sleep. A third sign many seniors show in that last year is a growing, undeniable need for rest and sleep, often far beyond what they needed in years past. It's not just an occasional nap, not just a sleepy afternoon. It's a whole new rhythm of their day, a deeper, more constant pull towards slumber. The body, working quietly behind the scenes, begins to use more and more energy just to maintain its basic comfort, to heal from the day's gentle wear, and to protect itself from any internal stressors. Sleep becomes its primary tool, its essential strategy, to conserve strength, manage any discomfort that might be lingering, and bring a much-needed sense of profound peace. It's a very natural, almost instinctive act of self-preservation. It's not at all unusual to find a loved one napping throughout the day, peacefully dozing off during their favorite TV shows, or simply sleeping later and later into the morning. This isn't just the result of a restless night or a busy week. Rather, it's a pattern that becomes a regular, central, and increasingly frequent part of their daily life. Friends and family may notice that conversations get cut short because of sudden, overwhelming drowsiness, or that an older adult is harder to wake, even for things they used to look forward to with great anticipation. Sometimes seniors themselves will mention feeling tired all the time, a pervasive weariness that doesn't lift, needing longer naps that seem to stretch for hours, or feeling utterly wiped out after minor activities like folding a load of laundry, or even making a simple phone call to a loved one. Their energy reserves are simply lower, and sleep is how the body recharges. Let's remember Mr. William, 82, a sharp, quick-witted man who always enjoyed his crossword puzzles in the morning with a cup of coffee and a lively card game with friends in the afternoon. During his last year, his daughter gently noticed that he'd often fall asleep with a puzzle book still open in his lap, and even missed the start of his beloved card games because he was napping so deeply. He sometimes felt frustrated, even apologizing for being lazy, but his family gently reassured him that this was simply a natural, loving change his body was making, a signal it needed more profound rest. Longer and more frequent sleep isn't something to fear. It's a sign to recognize and, crucially, to respect. Families can support their loved ones by creating a peaceful, quiet environment, making sure their bedding is comfortable and inviting, and helping to adjust routines so that sleep comes easily and naturally when needed. Think soft, warm blankets, quiet rooms with dim lighting, and maybe a gentle background hum, instead of pushing for more activity, which can be counterproductive and distressing. It often brings far more comfort to honor this deep, fundamental need for rest. Know that it's a profound, natural way the body prepares for the time ahead, finding solace and strength in quiet repose. Embrace the quiet and let them rest. Has a loved one started napping more than usual? Comment "rest" if this resonates with your experience. Your input helps us all. Fourth sign: withdrawal from social activities and conversation. A fourth sign that frequently appears in a senior's last year is a gentle, often quiet, withdrawal from social activities and even casual conversation. It can be truly heartbreaking to see a vibrant personality, someone who once thrived on connection, start to quietly pull back from their cherished social circles and lively family gatherings. This social retreat isn't always about sadness or depression, though those emotions can certainly play a part, and it's important to watch for them too. Instead, it's often the body and mind seeking quiet, a deeper rest, and a profound sense of peace from the overstimulation of social interactions. The sheer energy needed for social engagement, for lively chatter and quick replies, simply isn't there anymore, or it feels overwhelming. Someone who was once active in their community, regularly called friends on the phone for long chats, or loved to join in family gatherings and celebrations may now begin to politely turn down invitations. They might choose to stay home more often, finding comfort in their own space and participate less in the lively chatter around the dinner table. The change can be subtle at first, just a skipped event here or there, then gradually more noticeable as weeks and months gently pass by, building into a clearer pattern. Older adults may find themselves easily overwhelmed by noise or large groups, truly preferring calm, familiar routines over new experiences or bustling environments. Sometimes, a loved one might sit quietly among family, listening intently, but not speaking as much as they used to, or gently step away early from a celebration they once would have stayed at for hours, feeling simply too tired to continue. Take the example of Mrs. Carroll, 81, a wonderful woman known in her neighborhood for her cheerful smile and her deep love of community events, always the first to volunteer. Over her last year, she began politely declining invitations to her beloved book club and spent more time in her favorite chair by the window, watching the world go by. Her daughter gently noticed Mrs. Carroll seemed content with a smaller circle and simpler, quieter conversations, truly enjoying those intimate moments together more than busy, noisy gatherings. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 4 below. to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now, let's move forward. The fifth sign: changes in memory, focus, or communication. Many seniors in their last year of life experience noticeable, often frustrating, changes in memory, their ability to focus, or their ability to communicate clearly. It's often more than just those occasional senior moments we all joke about. It's a more persistent and noticeable pattern that can feel unsettling for everyone involved. While some forgetfulness is a normal, expected part of aging, a clear increase in confusion, distraction, or difficulty following conversations can truly be a sign that the body and mind are undergoing deeper, more significant changes. The brain, like other parts of the body, is simply working harder to process information, and sometimes it just gets tired, leading to these noticeable shifts. This may appear as forgetting names of close family members, misplacing everyday objects like keys or glasses more often than usual, or losing track of conversations mid-sentence, struggling to pick up the thread again. Sometimes, an older adult might repeat questions they just asked, struggle to find the right words to express a thought, or pause longer than usual before responding to something you've said, searching for the right phrase. Think about Mrs. Susan, aged 79, a wonderful storyteller who always loved sharing intricate details about her grandchildren's lives, remembering every birthday and achievement. During her last year, her daughter gently noticed that Mrs. Susan sometimes lost her train of thought in the middle of a story, trailing off, or repeated herself several times during a single phone call, unaware she had said it before. At first, Mrs. Susan felt a bit embarrassed, even ashamed for these lapses. But with gentle reassurance and much love, her family helped her feel comfortable and deeply accepted, letting her know it was okay. They understood. It's so important for families to respond with patience, kindness, and even a gentle sense of humor when these changes arise. Avoiding corrections, letting the conversation flow naturally, even if it goes in circles, and offering gentle reminders without judgment can truly help everyone feel at ease and connected. For seniors, knowing they are loved and supported, no matter what their mind remembers or forgets, provides real comfort and deep reassurance in this tender time. Remember, your love, your unwavering presence, speaks louder than words, even when words are hard to find or when memory falters. It's the feeling that matters most. If you found this insight surprising, type "Wow" in the comments below. It helps me know what resonates with you. Sixth sign: shifts in mood or emotional outlook. A sixth sign that often becomes clear in that last year of life is a noticeable change in mood or emotional state. It's like an emotional landscape that starts to shift, sometimes subtly, a gentle change in the breeze, and sometimes quite dramatically, like a sudden storm. These emotional shifts can come and go, like waves, and sometimes they seem to have no clear cause at all, leaving everyone wondering why. Sometimes, these shifts are simply the body's deeply internal way of coping with major, fundamental change, or the mind's gentle way of coming to terms with what lies ahead, the great unknown. Consider the story of Mr. George, 82, a dear man who was always quick with a joke, and loved nothing more than to playfully tease his grandchildren, his laughter echoing through the house. During his final year, he began to show more moments of quiet reflection, and would sometimes tear up during family meals, or while listening to old beloved songs that brought back memories. Mr. George's daughter noticed he became gentler, more openly affectionate, offering spontaneous hugs, and sometimes wistful, looking out the window with a thoughtful gaze. He often expressed deep gratitude for the simple things: the sunshine streaming through the window, a favorite meal enjoyed slowly, or the joyful laughter of family nearby. It was a profound appreciation for the present moment. Mood changes are not always easy for families to witness, bringing their own anxieties and concerns, but they are a normal, often profound part of this journey. The very best way to help is to offer steady support. Listen without judgment, simply be a calm presence, and just be there through the ups and downs, the smiles and the tears. This loving acceptance, this unwavering presence, can bring a sense of deep peace and healing for everyone involved. A profound connection. Your calm, understanding presence can truly be a steady anchor in these shifting emotional waters, a source of unwavering strength. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 6 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now, let's move forward. 7th sign: subtle changes in breathing or comfort. The final sign many seniors show in their last year of life is a shift in the way they breathe or in their overall comfort. It's often so subtle, so quiet, that it can be easily missed, fading into the background of daily life. Yet it speaks volumes about what the body is gently experiencing, a quiet struggle that often goes unspoken. At this stage, the body is simply working harder just to be, to maintain its essential life functions. Breathing, a function we rarely think about in our everyday lives, now requires more noticeable, conscious effort. Small, almost imperceptible changes like swelling in the ankles or feet are the body's way of struggling to maintain its delicate internal balance of fluids, a sign of internal systems slowing. You might notice a loved one taking shallower breaths, as if not quite filling their lungs, sighing more often. A deep exhalation indicating effort or needing to rest after just a few words spoken or a couple of steps taken. Some develop new patterns, such as pausing gently between breaths, a slight delay that makes you wonder, breathing more slowly, or experiencing a sense of shortness of breath even when sitting completely still, not exerting themselves. Others may seem more restless, constantly adjusting their position to get comfortable, seeking that perfect spot, or struggling with persistent swelling in their legs or feet, making shoes feel tight and walking uncomfortable. For many, these changes develop gradually, almost imperceptibly at first, then slowly become more pronounced. Family members sometimes hear gentle complaints about feeling winded or short of breath, or see a loved one sleeping with extra pillows to elevate their head and help them breathe a little easier at night. Even a small cough that lingers longer than usual, extra snoring that seems new, or nighttime restlessness can be quiet signals that the body is working harder just to simply stay comfortable. Some people describe a sense of heaviness or pressure in their chest, a feeling of being weighed down, while others feel simply more tired, profoundly fatigued, especially during activities that used to feel effortless. Let's remember Mrs. Eleanor, 83, a sweet lady who began to nap more often during the day and gently moved her favorite armchair closer to the window where the air felt freshest, a quiet preference for open space. Her son noticed she would often pause to catch her breath while chatting, her words broken, and she sometimes mentioned feeling a bit puffy in her ankles, a new sensation. While Mrs. Eleanor didn't want to make a fuss, always so stoic, these quiet changes in her comfort were truly tender signs that her body was adjusting, finding its new rhythm, and focusing deeply on rest. If you notice these subtle breathing changes, it's so helpful to let your loved ones set the pace, to lead the way, and make small, comforting adjustments to their environment. Whether it's offering a gentle fan for a bit of cool air, extra pillows to elevate their head, and make breathing easier, or simply a comforting hand to hold, A quiet reassurance providing unwavering patience and helping them find comfort in their surroundings can make all the difference in creating a peaceful, loving atmosphere as the days gently unfold. Your mindful attention to these small, quiet details can offer immense comfort and profound dignity in their final, precious chapter. As we wrap up our time together, we've explored 7 critical insights that can truly illuminate and transform our understanding of life's final chapter. But knowledge, my friends, is only powerful when we put it into action, when it touches our hearts and guides our hands. So now, I have one important question for you, a personal challenge, if you will. What is the one small commitment you are making to yourself or to a cherished loved one after watching this video? It could be as simple as, I will sit quietly with my dad for an extra 10 minutes today. Or, I will offer my mom smaller, softer meals more often. Perhaps, I will listen without judgment to my aunt's changing stories. Or even, I will give myself permission to rest when my body calls for it. Please, share your personal commitment in the comments below. Let's inspire each other to take that first gentle step. Your words truly matter here. They build our community. And if you found real value, comfort, and a sense of inspiration in our time together today, please show your support by giving this video a warm thumbs up. It helps us know that these conversations are truly meaningful to you. To ensure you continue on this journey with us and never miss another video full of life-changing wisdom and gentle guidance, hit that subscribe button and ring the little bell. It's more than just subscribing. It's joining a community, a family of folks dedicated to navigating our golden years with grace, understanding, and open hearts together. Finally, take a moment. Think of just one person who needs to hear this message today. Someone who might be quietly struggling or simply needs this gentle reassurance. Please share this video with them. You might just offer them the peace, the understanding, and the comfort they've been searching for. Thank you for watching. Stay healthy, stay wise, and may your days be filled with love and peaceful moments. I'll see you in the next video.